This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. John, I want to talk to you first. One of the things that comes up very often is we deal with family issues in real estate. We deal with issues of the family.
Yes.
People are having children. People are getting married. Sometimes people are getting divorced.
Yes.
And divorce has an impact on mortgages and real estate. And whenever there's divorce, the attorneys draw up what they call a decree.
Yeah, there is an agreement to divorce, right? Or a divorce
but there's specific terms in there that they need to be thinking about.
Yeah. So really the first thing that initially starts out on this that you got to say is if you're actively in the process of divorcing, you're legally married still, but not yet divorced, you're kind of in limbo.
Yeah.
A mortgage will look at you and say, until your sort of future obligations and your future responsibilities are laid out and agreed to, we can't actually give you financing. Recently, I've had a number of people approach me, or a couple of times it's come up, where people say, I know I'm divorcing, I would like to buy a house, and then can I do that without my spouse's involvement and these type of things? It comes into play in a large piece on the community property aspects that Rick could talk about. But in a community property state in Nevada, your spouse has some level of ownership of that property if it's purchased during the marriage.
Right.
And so
now they could waive that right. Could they not, Rick? Could they?
Well, they can with the signing of a deed,
quick claim,
right? Which would satisfy it for the purpose of getting the mortgage and the title to the property, but doesn't hold up in divorce court. So if your spouse plays nice for you until such time as you own the house, they can still fight you in court. And now a divorce judge has to make a decision on that.
Ouch.
Very frequently, you'll get this instinct to where, well, I want my own agent and my spouse wants their own agent to make sure that we're equally represented. You're gonna complicate the process of the house sale, and it's generally not advised. It'd be really sort of in the consumer's interest to pick a mutual person that you can trust, that you both trust, to represent you and make sure you won't be taken advantage of, and go with that one person.
When the divorce is done, and then you've worked out some financial arrangement with your ex.
There are things that come out of this. They need to
be documented, right?
Yeah, you really want to, at least from, let's say you're receiving some level of support for your spouse, right? In mortgage world, we're really focused on the consistency and the stability of that income, right? So how long will it last is an important factor. As a general rule, any income that we're using needs to be expected to last at least 3 years from the date you're purchasing. The human things, one of the things I see is sometimes there will be side agreements made or agreements to modify that in post-divorce. So you've agreed to pay me $800 a month, but you're going to pay me $700 because you're doing this thing on the side. That really convolutes the picture.
Because the mortgage company only sees the $700.
Right, and now it doesn't match what you were supposed to receive per the divorce, and now I can't follow what the divorce is saying you're supposed to get. So really having those things paper trail and match what the agreement is in the clearest possible way is in your interest. Be very, very clear on what your expectations are on the divorce, which goes into, we have this joint obligation, here's exactly what's supposed to happen. This loan with this bank is to be paid by this person, right? You get, the more specific you are in the divorce decree, the more clear that it tells your story properly. If you leave it vague to say, whatever obligation is to that house needs to be paid by that person, well, now I have to show, or you have to document for me that mortgage on your credit is tied to that particular property, instead of me just saying, well, you mentioned this bank, this mortgage, that is clearly on your credit report, you're done paperwork-wise.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening, and remember to tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 AM KDWN.